Hey, what's up, Facebook people? Hot Pursuit Nation. All right, are we live? Are we live? All right, give me some comments. Hey, Kathy, oh, look. I got my easy button, Kathy.
That was easy.
Thank you. Thank you for my awesome gift. All right, I'm so excited for today's free training. So, if you're online here with me live, go ahead, pop your name in. Let me know where you're connecting in from. I guess shows my age if I say where you calling in from. So go ahead, pop your name in, where you're from. And if you are catching the replay, give me a hashtag replay. Let me know that you are still with us, even if it's not live. I'm going to, of course, give you tons of information today. Hopefully really good stuff. I know it's really good stuff. And, of course, engage with me, ask questions, let me know what's valuable to you. If you want me to go in more depth with something, this will be interactive. All right. Hey, who do we see out there? Who do I see out there? I see Karen and Nina and Kathy and Jolander and Molly. Hey, oh my gosh, how fun. How fun. Awesome. All right. Well, thanks, everyone. Hey, Latasha. Thanks for joining live. So we're going to talk about something today that, man, is something that I wished I knew. I wish I knew 10 years ago. Actually, more than 10 years ago. I wish I knew when I was born. I probably actually knew it when I was born. It got trained out of me. What we're talking about today are sales conversations and how I'm going to highlight specifically 3 different common encouraged strategies that are actually hindering your sales. They're actually blocking you from closing more sales, closing more deals, working with your ideal client. And that's annoying because most people, hey, Nicole, most people don't like sales. I mean, there are some who do, and they're a little crazy, like me now, because I like sales now. But most people do not like sales. Carrie's asking, how do I tune in? I think if I'm seeing your comment, that means you are tuned in, Carrie. Not sure what technical difficulty that is. Okay, so where was I? Most people don't like sales. Most people do not like sales, and for good reason. I think that many salespeople out there are not they're not trained properly, and so it comes across as pushy and icky and pressure. They put a lot of pressure on you, and so people are resistant to not only being sold, but they're also resistant to being a salesperson to sell something. So no wonder, right? And I look back on where did I first feel and experience that when it came to sales? And I remember, hold on. There's a bunch of people asking, how do we get on the live? Let me just post on my personal page. Hold on, people. People are trying to get on live. Let me just post on my personal page the link, because I don't think that everybody knew I was on my business page. So one moment, uno momento. Here we go. Here we go. Thanks for holding tight. You can catch me. Oops, I can type here. You can catch me live here. All right. There's one. Thanks, people. Thanks for hanging tight. Hold on. I'm almost there. I guess I should have thought of this before. There we go. And share. And why isn't it posting? There we go. Hold on one more second. Let me post it in my group. All right, I got all bases covered, people. I got all bases covered. All right, cool. So hopefully we'll get a few more of you jumping on live. Okay, thanks for letting me do that. Okay, sales. So, like I said, I think we've been taught from a very young age that sales are sleazy, pushy, yucky, gross. And I too had that same experience. I remember very clearly when I was 14 years old. Well, I had a paper route since I was 9, actually. Well, my sister was 12, and so I was her little sidekick, and we would deliver papers. For those who are millennials who are listening or watching, back in the day, people actually got the newspaper delivered to their doorstep. So we did that for a couple of years. And then when I was 14 years old, I remember specifically, I got like promoted to actually be a newspaper salesperson. And so all summer, I would go door to door, knocking on these doors of complete strangers, trying to sell them a newspaper subscription. And, we had our little script of what we were supposed to say. And I memorized it and I read that script. And all summer, sold 0, not 1, not 2, 0 newspaper subscriptions. And so I know that that's kind of when I got scarred, that I never wanted to sell anything ever again. Not a fan, totally not a fan of selling. No, did not care for it at all. Hence going into IT, where I could sit behind a computer and hide all day, versus putting myself out there to be rejected. So, and I think most people, they're not a huge fan of sales, and the sales training that they've had, it's been to memorize some scripts, follow some templates, and have had, minimal results. Unless, some people just have that natural gift of selling. They have that natural charisma. They have that natural love for it, and all the power to you. But most people don't. Most people do not have that skill. And again, I think we're actually probably born with it. It's trained out of us for many of us, but nonetheless. So here I was for the last 10 years, really, in my business, in my coaching and training business, just dreading, hating the sales part of my business. Hated discovery calls, hated sales conversations. I really didn't even like networking, because networking in and of itself is still kind of like sales, because you're trying to connect and exchange a business card and get them to like you and see if they want to meet for coffee. And so it still had that kind of that salesy feel to me, that I wasn't even a fan of that. I love people. I love to meet and connect with people. But as soon as it became something about business versus just like getting to know somebody about their family and their kids and their hobbies and where they're from, getting to know somebody that way and finding that common ground, love that. As soon as it started to be about business, I was like, oh, here comes the sales conversation, and hated it, dreaded it. And like I said, for the last 10 years in my business, I suffered my way through it. I did it, obviously, got clients and built my business, but it was hard. It was hard. And I always dreaded that part of the business. It was not fun. And I would, like I said, I would just suffer through it. And again, follow my little scripts, follow my little templates, and get, mediocre results for the amount of work I felt that I was putting in, the amount of work that how many of you, come on, put into networking, going out and hitting the pavement and meeting people, hitting all these groups and meeting people, putting yourself out there on social media. I mean, how much time and energy are you putting into, and money? A lot of these groups you got to join. How much time, energy, and money are you putting into building relationships and nurturing those relationships and getting in front of people and getting hot leads and getting prospects, and then slowly having those turn into a discovery call or a sales conversation? Oy, oy, oy. Yeah, that was basically my business the last 10 years. Anybody else? Chatone, she says that, yeah, absolutely. She's doing the same. Latasha's raising her hand. Yeah, that's a lot of work. So it wasn't until probably about a year or so ago that I realized I was doing it all wrong. I was doing it all wrong, and started to incorporate these new belief systems and these new strategies on how I was networking, on how I was showing up on a sales call or a discovery call. And what do you know? Boom, 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 boom. All of a sudden, sales became easy. It became fun. I was at my conversion rate. It more than doubled. And I'm like, okay, wait a second. Like now I actually love sales. Like, all right, who else wants, who wants a discovery call? And I literally was like, had to like take a double take at myself because I could not believe how much I was enjoying and good at sales. Like literally, I would never have believed you if you would have said 5 years ago, 4 years ago, 3 years ago, would have said that I would love sales and be pretty darn good at it too. I'd be like, ha, what universe do you live in? Not this one, clearly. But here we are today. So that's what I'm going to share with you. Let me just, I'm like rambling here because I'm so excited to share with you. I want to know if you just want to put a comment, like how many of you feel like you're just this kick-ass salesperson? Your conversion rate is hot, it's high. You're kicking ass and taking names, like you love sales. And how many of you, it's like you'd rather watch paint dry than do sales? I'd love to kind of just get a feel for where you guys are at. Comment below. Let me know. Oh my God, I think my comments are on. There might be a little delay. So as I'm waiting for your guys' comments to come in, because I see you there. Yeah, Cece, she's saying she's the latter. Yeah. So then I'm happy you're on this call. For those of you that aren't, yeah, Carrie says she'd rather chew glass. I love it. She'd rather chew, and Kathy would rather watch paint dry. Right. So let me share a couple different new mindsets. Carolyn says she likes sales but needs to improve the conversion rate. Right. So Carolyn, this will also help you because again, I've been in business for over 10 years, and I could get sales, I can book discovery calls, but these new mindsets and strategies had my conversion rate skyrocket. So okay, so let's jump into them, right? You're dying to know what they are. So here is number one. The first kind of common strategy, common mindset, the story that I heard over and over again that I bought into was this idea that it takes a really long time to build your business. To be a profitable, successful business, I had heard 3 to 5 years. 3 to 5 years. Like, don't expect, like, don't be disappointed. Like, it's okay if it takes you 3 to 5 years to be a profitable, successful coach. And I'm like, really? 3 to 5 years? Okay. And I took on this mindset that it takes a really long time to build up a client base, to build up your network, to be known, to be the go-to person in your industry or your category, your niche, that it just takes a really long time. And so I'm like, okay, I guess it takes a really long time. So I'm going to commit to this, this never-ending networking, this never-ending, going out for coffee and lunch, and that it takes a really long time for people to know, like, and trust you, right? Like I said so many times, well, it takes a while for somebody to know, like, and trust you, right? I mean, no wonder that they're not going to who's going to immediately hire me one-on-one? That's like my highest price point, my highest package. No, they don't know, like, and trust me yet. And so I just took on this mindset and this belief and built a strategy around, built my business model around it taking a really long time. And because I believed this statement or this belief that it takes a really long time to build your business, you got to build your network, you got to be visible, and everyone's got to know you. They have to know, like, and trust you. That even then, when opportunity was right in front of me, I didn't grab it right away because I thought, no, let me nurture that. Let me slow it down. Let's make sure they know, like, and trust me, instead of just like recognizing the connection and going for it. And so that's like the first common mistake, the common strategy, belief, statement, that it takes a really long time to build a profitable business, that it takes a really long time for people to know, like, and trust you, that it takes a really long time to get a ton of paying clients. No, I call bullshit. No, it actually doesn't. And it was when I started, my coach was like, what are you talking about? No, it doesn't. And I'm like, say what? What do you mean? Of course it does. And started to have me entertain this new idea and this new belief that no, it actually doesn't need to take a long time. You don't have to nurture a relationship forever before somebody will hire you at your highest price point, your highest package. And so I'm like, okay, that would be nice, right? Wouldn't that be nice? Wouldn't that be nice if I could go to a networking event and meet somebody at that networking event and right there have them hire me? Does anyone believe that's possible? Does anyone believe that you can go to a networking event, you can meet somebody, and they can hire you on the spot? Does anyone believe that? Has anyone had that happen? Does anyone believe that you can, somebody can say, hey, you need to talk to so-and-so. Hey, you need to talk to Jenny. She really is looking for a coach like you. Let me introduce you. And do you believe that on that first call, an introduction call, not even a discovery call, but just an introduction call, like, hey, Jenny, meet Melissa, meet Jenny, that on that call, that person would hire you at your highest price point? I mean, we're talking, 5 figures. And I didn't believe it. I did not believe it for years. I did not believe it. And until I started to experience it back to back to back to back. And my past 3 one-on-one clients were total strangers. Never met them before. Somebody introduced me to them, and boom, in one call, in one conversation, they hired me at my highest coaching package price. I had one client specifically. Let me give you specifics. So one client, I was sponsoring a booth at an event. I paid $250 to have a booth at this event that I had never been to their event before. I had no association with their organization. Go to this event, have a booth there. The event is not conducive to networking. It's like literally they have back-to-back breakout rooms and speakers, and people are just running from one speaker to the other, one session to the other. They're not like stopping at the booths to talk because they have like 10 minutes in between each breakout session to get from one to the other. There was no time to network. So here I am, all of us booths lined up, and nobody's barely, they're like literally passing by, maybe grabbing a business card or grabbing a freebie off your table, and off they go. And I'm like, all right, well, this will be interesting. Wonder where my ideal clients are. Wonder who I'm going to meet. Wonder who I'm going to meet here. And really just stayed open to this idea that all it takes is a matter of seconds for someone to recognize and feel a connection with you and want to work with you. And that's exactly what happened. This woman, who I didn't even know, kind of like beelined to me. We literally talked for about 5 minutes, had an instant connection, booked a call right then and there. And I mean, this whole exchanging business card crap, like if somebody gives you their business card, book a call. Don't even take their business card. I mean, you can take it, but say, great, awesome. Let's talk. Are you available next Tuesday? Are you available this Tuesday? Do you have 30? When do you have 30 minutes? Let's talk and book the call. And so anyway, so she came over, beeline, we talked for 5 minutes, booked a call, like 2 days later, got on the phone, boom, and she hires me at my highest coaching package rate. And that was the first experience I had. I was like, whoa, she didn't know, like, and trust me. She didn't know who I was. I knew her but 5 minutes. And then we talked, had one hour conversation, and she hired me. And so then I thought, okay, that was, where's my easy button? That was easy.
That was easy.
That was easy. That was fast. That didn't take forever. Can I do it again? And I just went in with this open mindset of, well, why don't all my clients come to me that way, that easily? And then literally like a couple days later, well, maybe this was maybe like a month later, I got a message from a friend, a colleague who said, hey, you need to meet so-and-so. That was it. Great. Okay. Who is she? What's going on? Just exchanged our names and phone number, or names, and we got on a Zoom call, had one conversation. And from that one conversation, hired me again at my highest coaching package rate. Didn't know her, but for an hour. And she hired me at my highest coaching rate. I was at a speaking engagement a few months back and met a woman there. We talked. We then connected right after that event. She found out she was pregnant, and I thought, well, then this is clearly not gonna, she's clearly not gonna hire a coach right now. I mean, she's got so much going on now that she's pregnant and things change, right? Things have changed. Nope. She found out she was pregnant and still hired me right then and there. And so I share that with you because for me, it wasn't until I started really experiencing that they didn't need to know, like, and trust me for a long time. I didn't need to nurture the relationship forever. I didn't need to them even know me. But it was that it's possible, that instant connection is totally possible. And why not? Why not embrace and believe that that's how all my clients will come to me easily, effortlessly, quickly? And that's what I believe now. And that's why clients come to me easily, effortlessly, and quickly, because that's now what I resonate with. And so when I meet somebody at a networking event, I book the call. When somebody tells me they're interested, I book the call. When somebody tells me you need to talk to my cousin. Okay, great. What's their name? What's their number? I'll text them right now. Like, I don't wait. I don't wait anymore because I believe that it can happen that quickly. So I think I'm going on a little bit long with this point. But the idea here is, if there's any part of you that thinks that building a relationship needs to take a long time, that you need to go exchange a business card, then follow up with an email, and then chase them, and then go silent, and then they're out of town, then you're out of town. Oh my gosh, no, no. You should have booked the call the very first time you met them. So catch yourself if you're extending the sales cycle, that sales conversation. If you're the one that's extending it because you're not booking a call right after the first interaction, the first meeting with them, I mean, then you're the one that's dragging it out. And I believe the reason you're dragging it out is because you believe that you need to, or that you believe that it has to take a long time, or that you believe that that's what you're supposed to do. Well, no, there's no rule book here. So my new belief is, yes, business does not need to take a long time to come my way, that it comes my way easily, effortlessly, and like dream clients for me. And I believe it's because I'm acting quickly on my intuition. I'm acting quickly on that instant chemistry, that instant connection, instead of dragging it out. So that's tip and strategy number one. And let me just say one more thing about that is, when you are networking, when you are out there relationship building and meeting people online too, and not just in person, your job, your only job, is to be seen as the fullest expression of who you are. That's your only job. Your job is to radiate, pulsate your purpose, your message. Your job is, I like to say, to be seen, be heard, and be infectious. Be seen, be heard, and be infectious. But the only way you're infectious is when you're in alignment with your purpose, when you're in alignment with your essence. So that's what I believe is why people come to me fast, quick, fast, and easy, because I'm just radiating who I am, my essence, my message, my purpose. And they can see, it's not covered up by some like memorized elevator pitch. It's not covered up by some fancy business card. It's like, no, this is who I am. And I'm just me being me. And those who resonate with me are drawn to me. They're attracted to me. And so it just happens really, really quickly. Okay. Yeah, Norika, easy breezy. It's my favorite, easy breezy. Okay. The second, oh gosh, I might get some flack on this one, peeps. I'm ready for it. Bring it on. Here's the second strategy and mindset, but specifically, this is a strategy that I say, no way, Jose. And that is, specifically those of you who are coaches, is that on your discovery calls, you are not coaching. You are not giving away free coaching. Zip, zero, nada, stop doing it. There's a book out there that I know many of you are fans of. Many of you love. I read it myself. It's called The Prosperous Coach. I forgot who wrote it. But I remember reading that book, and it talked about like basically giving away your free coaching so that people can really fully experience true coaching with you. And then from there, then they want to work with you. And I say no. No, 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 no. I believe that the reason why we coach for free on a discovery call is because we're trying to impress them with our coaching. We're trying to impress them with our coaching skills. Look at me. Look at how good I can coach you in this short amount of time, and I can help you have a new breakthrough. I can help you have a new mindset. I can help you have a new plan of action in this short of time of us working together. But here's what's going to happen. 8 times out of 10, they're going to say, and you correct me if I'm wrong, I'd love to hear it. They're going to say, awesome. Oh my gosh, great. This is so great. Now I have so much to do. Thank you. And, let me work on this first, and then we'll revisit and see if I need coaching. How many of you have gotten that response after you just laid it all out there and coached your little heart out, and the prospect says, awesome, I got lots of work to do now. Thank you. Well, let me work on this first. And then we'll see, maybe then, I can do some coaching. Or they say, I don't have the time right now. I don't have the money right now or the time right now. But what you gave me, I'm going to start with that. That is brilliant. What you just gave me is brilliant. And I don't have the time and money right now to hire you. So let me just take what you gave me, and then let's talk in a month or after the summer or never. How many? Anyone else have that response? Norika gets that response. Yeah, Latasha has a hand over her face. Yeah. Yeah. So in my 10 plus years of coaching, after doing hundreds of discovery calls, that was the majority of the response that I would get. I mean, they would say, yeah, I don't have the money, or the time isn't right now. But what you gave me is really good. So thank you. Thank you. And I don't have the time or the money. And so I was doing a ton of free coaching. My discovery calls were free coaching. They'd walk out with a plan of action, a new perception, a new mindset, like mind blown. And me with no sales. And my conversion rate sucked. It was probably maybe of 20%. right? So I'm talking to 10 people and maybe get 2 clients, 2 out of 10. And yeah, Nicole is saying, who told you about my business? Right? Right? So yeah, I mean, I was like, okay, wait a minute, there's something wrong here. This isn't this, this is hard work. And hence then, right, then just like the ongoing disdain for sales, like, oh, this is so much work. I got to talk to these 10 people just to get 2 new clients. Like, this is a lot of work. And then when I would book a discovery call, it was like, it wasn't even fun. I didn't even look forward to it because, you know, the chances of getting a new client, I liked the idea of getting a new client, but because the chances were so low, I was like, oh, here we go. Here's another discovery call. Here's another free, thousands of dollars of free coaching. So yeah, no more free coaching. So here's what I do instead. Okay. So I use a discovery call as exactly that, to discover. It's really a discovery of what I would say is to discover and diagnose their problem and then to reveal it to them. That's what I'm doing for them is I'm giving them what I feel is the diagnosis or the problem that is blocking them from getting and having and feeling what they say they want to be, do, have, and feel, and who they say they want to be who they say they want to be. And so that's it. And if you think about it, you know, if you go to a mechanic and you bring them your car and you want your car to go faster, or you want your car to actually stop when you hit the brakes, what do? They take your car in, they diagnose the problem, but they don't fix the problem until you pay them. Even a doctor, right? You go to the doctor and you're sick or something's wrong. What do? They take an x-ray. They do blood tests. They diagnose the problem and then you pay up. They even charge you to diagnose. And actually a mechanic and a doctor, they actually charge you just to diagnose the problem. So here we are diagnosing the problem and fixing the problem on a discovery call for free. How messed up is that? So what I do on a discovery call is I diagnose the problem and I reveal it to the prospect. And so what this means is yes, I ask coaching questions. I ask questions about what do they want? What does it look like? Why do they want it? What have they tried up until now that hasn't worked? What do they feel is missing? Why do they feel what they've tried up until now hasn't worked? Why do they think it hasn't worked? What else do they think is missing? What else have they tried that hasn't worked? And by them telling me what they want and what their strategy has been and what they've done up until now helps me identify the pattern of struggle. It helps me identify what they've been doing. And now here's what happens. I mean, and us coaches, you and I know that what they describe as the problem is not really the problem, right? There's something underneath it. There's a mindset, there's a belief, there's a habit, there's a pattern that has them acting and operating in a certain way. So what I'm doing is I'm diagnosing and saying, here, you have this habit. You have this this is how you're showing up in your business. And so no wonder you're getting stuck right here. And that's what I reveal to them. I say, you've told me this is the pattern. This is the habit. This is the strategy you've been taking. You're trying to get over here. But the problem is how you're trying to get from here to there. It's like, I'm trying to get from, North Carolina to New York City, and I'm, using a row. It's like, okay, well, the problem is you're using a row, you're in a boat, you're in a canoe trying to row your way, and you're on a sidewalk, you're in the road. Like, that doesn't, like, something's not, you're never going to get there. So anyways, in my discovery call, I am highlighting for them where the disconnect is, where they're out of alignment with going from A to B, where they are, whether it's out of alignment with their mindset, their belief system, just a certain pattern of how they're showing up. And until they change the pattern, they're really going to struggle to get what they say they want and who they say they want to be. And that's it. I'm just diagnosing the problem and revealing it to them. And here's what they say. You ready for it? Here's what they say. You're right. How do I fix that? You're right. Oh my gosh, I need to stop doing that. But I don't know how to do that. How do I fix that problem? Can you help me with that? Why, sure I can. That's what I do. And now, my conversion rate has flipped. And 8 out of the 10 people are saying, how do I fix that? And can you help me fix that? You're right. I'm stuck here. How do I fix that? And I then present myself as the solution to helping them break that pattern and break that habit. Because it's not the action. We all know, I can tell you how to go lose 20 pounds. We all know how to do that. It's here. So what's going on in here that's preventing us from taking the action that we know to take? So stop coaching on your discovery calls. Stop giving away free coaching. Instead, diagnose the problem and reveal it to the prospect. And let them ask you, how do I fix that? And I guarantee you, if you stop coaching on your discovery calls and you're just diagnosing the problem and revealing it to them, your conversion rate will go up. It can't, it can't not. Okay. And last, is that making sense? Okay. Yeah. Let's see. Sorry. I get so excited. I forget to check in with you guys. Okay. Yeah. A lot of you are saying that, I'm describing your business to a T pretty much. And yeah, Narika's saying this is incredible. Yeah, absolutely. It's totally changed my conversion rate. It's totally changed my ability to sell. And now it's fun. It's fun to diagnose a problem and reveal it to them. It's fun to have them say, wow, you're right. How do I fix that? It's fun to say, I can help you with that. It's fun to do that. I would say it's hard in that the coach in me wants to coach. The coach in me wants to solve the problem and help them fix it on the discovery call. And so I have to hold back and feel the resistance because I want to help them fix it. I want to coach. And in that moment, I just need to shut up and say, and that's what I do with my clients. You work with me. That's how you fix it. And that's really hard for me to say because I want to help them fix it. But I've learned that if I keep talking and if I keep helping them fix the problem, that they will say, awesome, thanks, bye. So anyways, Narika's saying, yeah, you help them identify their pain island. They want to get to pleasure island. And that they get there that I'm the boat, right? Hiring me as the boat to get them from their pain island to their pleasure island. Absolutely. Okay. Number 3. All right. So far we have number 1 is that it takes a really long time to build your business. No, it doesn't actually. And you need to embody this new mindset that it does not take a long time. Number 2 is stop trying to impress them by giving them free coaching. Stop coaching. Instead, diagnose the problem, reveal it to them. And then number 3, this is, I don't know if this is so much a strategy that's like in a book or I think this is a strategy and a mindset that's taught to us from when we were like 1 year old. Whether you're in business or not, this is what's taught. And I have a 2-year-old and a 4-year-old. So I know this is what we're teaching them. Because I hear it in the schools. I hear it on TV, on their little kid shows. I hear us saying it as parents. We say it. And that is, be nice. Be nice. Oh, be nice. Oh, be nice to each other. Don't hurt each other. Be nice. Oh, look, so-and-so sad. What can we do to help them not be sad? And we, from a very young age, take on this belief and this mindset that it's our job to take care of other people. And in most areas of our lives, that's an awesome belief to have, is that we take care of each other, right? Yeah, we take care of each other. However, where this can backfire is when you are in a sales conversation with a potential client, is that this part of us that wants to take care of each other, like to be nice and take care of each other, it backfires, because I think actually what it turns into is that we see the prospect is coming to us with a problem, right? They're coming to us, they're struggling, they're stuck, they're in a really bad place, and they want change. And so we see a person in need. And if we've been taught all our lives to help each other and save each other and rescue each other and take care of each other and be nice to each other, guess what? When that prospect comes our way, there's a tendency, because we have big hearts and we're people, what do we want to do? We want to take care of them, right? We want to rescue them. We want to save them. We want to be their godsend, their saving grace. We want to be the answer to their prayer. But here's where it backfires. In two places it backfires, is because one is that you begin to see them as a victim to their circumstances. And you begin to see that they need rescuing, that they're a victim. And when you see somebody as a victim and you see them as needing to be rescued, and you see them as a person just in need, then what happens is then we forget how resourceful and amazing and divine that they really are. That we forget how strong and resilient and capable they really are. And we think that we are the ones that are going to scoop them up and save them and rescue them like a stray little puppy. How many of you are puppy people? If you saw a stray puppy on the side of the street, how many of you would keep on driving, or you would stop to pick up the puppy? Or maybe it's not a puppy, maybe it's a kitten or some other animal that's in distress and in need. How many of you, or a child, you saw a child on the side of the road in distress and in need, would you go save that child? Of course, right? I mean, is there anyone going to comment no? I don't think so. Because it's in us. It's part of just our humanness to want to take care of each other. Again, it's been taught since day one. So again, here's where it backfires. Because we forget, as I said, we forget how resourceful, divine, resilient, amazing, smart, capable, able people are. And we say, oh, and then what do? Okay, so that's where it first backfires, is we go, oh, they're in a really tough spot. Wow, they're going through a really hard time. And then what do? Let me just discount my prices. Let me just give it to them for free. You know what? Let me just give you a couple free sessions. Or let me just, you know what? I'm going to discount it for you. And let me just give you a free seat. And I'm all for helping somebody out when I feel intuitively guided, when I know just divinely that I need to get out of, this is not a business thing, this is not a transaction thing, but this is a divine intervention, a divine connection, and I meant to gift that person a seat at my workshop or a session or two or whatever. But most times, that is not the case. And I dip into seeing them as a victim and them as needing to be rescued. And then I have the temptation or the urge to either discount my prices, give them something, over deliver something, or even worse is to accept their objection. When they say, well, I would really, really love to work with you, but I'm going through divorce. I'm trying to move and get a new house. My mom is sick, and my kid has this medication I need to buy, and then I say, oh, you're right. You have a lot on your plate right now. Maybe we'll talk again in 3 months. And then I accept the objection. Do you see that? Do you see how when you see someone as a victim to their circumstances, that you won't challenge their objection? And then if anything, you will be tempted to reduce your rate or give them something. Diane is saying, ugh, ugh, responsible 2 and not 4. That's right. Oh, dang it. That has been my habit up until now. Right. And so then we accept their objection, right? That's a good one. That's a really good one. Whoa, they got a lot on their plate. That's a really, really good one. And we say, okay, thanks. It was great talking to you. Wish you well. And we say bye. If not already, giving them a discount or a gift or something. So instead of being in this mindset of let's take care of each other and be nice, and they need rescuing and I need to save them and I'm their only solution, instead it's to see them for who they really are. See them in their truth and in their power. Do not see them as a victim to their circumstances. Do not join their bogus story. Do not join in on their fear and be like, oh yeah, probably now is not the time because you probably can't handle it anyways. And how empowering is it? How good does it feel when someone doesn't accept our bullshit excuses and rather they see us for who we really are, and they challenge us to step up. They challenge us to see our truth, our power, our purpose, our divine ability, our divine gifts, our divine genius. That feels good. That feels good when somebody won't accept my BS excuses. It's like, finally. Oh, you mean there is somebody that believes in me? Oh, good, because I was losing belief in myself. And it's in those moments when someone has the best excuses that it's in those moments you cannot accept them, because it's in those very moments that they need most for someone not to believe their excuses. So do not see someone as a victim. See them for the true, powerful, divine genius that they are. And then when they tell you about all their excuses, you won't even shrug. It will mean nothing. You'll be like, and? So what? And the truth is, you're quite amazing and powerful and smart and brilliant, and you're resourceful. So I don't understand the objection. I don't understand the excuse. It doesn't compute. And you won't accept their objection. And it's not from a place of pushiness. It's from a place of truth. And so you cannot fake this. You cannot pretend that you see them as resourceful and brilliant and a divine genius if you don't really see them that way, because then it will feel pushy. It will feel salesy. But if you truly believe that everyone walking this planet is a divine genius that is resourceful beyond their mind's comprehension, then you can challenge them from a place of integrity, a place of truth, that they will feel and know how much you believe in them. And that, my friends, is an amazing spiritual experience. Sales is a spiritual experience. When you get to this point and they're objecting and you see them for who they really are, it's a true spiritual, divine experience to breathe belief into someone when in their worst moments, they don't believe in themselves. And when they take a breath of that belief and say yes to you, like, I don't know if there's much better that happens in a day. It's quite remarkable. And so instead of being afraid of objections, I was afraid of objections for years. Oh, I like cringed. I'm like, here, they're coming. They're coming. The objections are coming. Ah! Where now I'm like, bring it, because this is my opportunity to see someone, help them see themselves in their truth, to not see them as a victim. And I love the opportunity to not see somebody as their victim and help them not see themselves as a victim. Woo! It's good stuff, I tell you. All right. Yeah, Diane's saying no more rescuing. Absolutely. No way. No way. Oh, Narika's saying this training is worth, she's got 4 money bags. Awesome. Okay, let me share one more. I said there was only 3, but I'm going to share one more with you. Bonus. All right. So here's a number 4, a bonus one that this is also just a mindset thing. It's also a strategy that I think is encouraged out there, especially in our language and how we show up on a discovery call or in a sales conversation, is we show up trying to get the client. We show up trying to land the business, right? And what happens when you're showing up trying to get the business, you're showing up trying to land the contract, then you are trying to sell yourself to that person, and therefore they are interviewing you to see if they want to work with you. No, it should be the other way around. It's the other way around. You are interviewing them. You are inviting them to work with you. Because here's the deal. If someone wants to work with me really, really bad, and they have the money, it's not their choice of whether they get to work with me or not. It's my choice. I get to decide. I get to decide whether I want to invite them and bring them on as a client, not the other way around. Just because somebody wants to work with me, just because they have the money, does not mean we're going to work together. You are interviewing them. I know we say a lot like, oh, let's get on a discovery call. Let's get on a call and see if we're a good fit to work together. Let's get on a call and let's see if we're a good fit. And really, what you should be saying is, well, let's get on a call and we'll see if you're a good fit to work with me. Let's get on a call and we'll see if I'm going to invite you to work with me. Say it however you want to say it, but at the end of the day, when you show up on a call, you interviewing them, you're going to show up a lot differently than if you're being interviewed. Because then you're trying to get the business and you're trying to have them like you. You're trying to impress them with your coaching. You're trying to solve their problem. No, it just, again, it leads to lower conversion. It leads to working with clients that are not your ideal clients, that you don't want to be working with anyways, that are exhausting and a pain in your ass. So you're interviewing them. Okay. So even if you still say on your email, oh, I'm so excited, I want to get to, let's talk and see if we're a good fit to work together. say what you want to say, but you better show up on that call. You're interviewing them and not the other way around, because otherwise you will bend over backwards trying to get the client, trying to rescue them, trying to impress them. Gross. And not ending up working with truly the types of clients you want to work with. And I'll say one last thing about that is what tends to happen also when we're trying to land the business is that we are positioning ourselves as, the only word that's coming to mind. Sorry, I'm swearing a lot today. The only word that's coming to mind is that you actually become their bitch. Sorry. But you do, because then you're not leading. You're not leading. You're at their feet saying, how can I help you? How can I help you? What do you need? What do you need? How can I help you? What do you need? Okay. And you're not in a position of leadership. You're not in a position of authority. And so when it comes time, when they're your client and it comes time that you need to challenge them, it comes time that you need to hold their feet to the fire. You need to hold them accountable. You need to call them out. And you haven't been leading all this time, and you haven't had the authority with them all this time. Do you really think that they're going to follow you? Do you really think that they're going to be receptive to you now taking charge and holding them accountable, calling them out, really holding their feet to the fire? You think that they're going to go for that? No, they're not. They're not. So those clients who have excuses for why they're late and why they don't show up and why they didn't do their assignment and why, they're rescheduling all the time, that I think is a leadership problem. You haven't gained the authority to lead them, and they're calling the shots. They're leading. And I would venture to guess that when you brought on that client, they were interviewing you instead of you interviewing them. So that's what I got for you guys today. So this is something that has, like I said, totally transformed my business. It totally transforms how I lead my clients who are coaches building their businesses and helping them see major transformation in their businesses, in their conversion rate, in their rates too, just in what they charge. So it's been really fun to take something that I used to hate and turn it into something that I absolutely love and am having tons of fun with, as are my clients, like I said. So if you want to continue to get trainings like this, if you enjoyed this, actually, I'd love to know like what your biggest takeaway was. If there was one of these 4 that I shared that resonated with you most, or where you're going to start with making some changes, I'd love to hear that. And also you can type the word live below. Just type the word live, LIVE, and then you'll be notified. You'll get a reminder when I do future trainings like this. So I'm going to run through these to see if there's any questions that I missed or any comments that I wanted to highlight here. And feel free to ask any questions as well if they're popping up for you. I just want to do a quick scan here. It looks like just lots of good a lot of resonance here with what I shared today. So awesome. All right. Again, if you're catching the replay, #replay, go ahead and type the word live below if you'd like to get future reminders of trainings like this. And go out there and crush some sales. Go out there and crush some discovery calls. Would love to also hear how things have changed for you. So keep me posted. All right. Have an amazing rest of your day and weekend. Go be amazing. Go live on purpose. Go make a difference in the world. I love you to the moon and back. Bye, people. See ya. Oops, how do I end?